I'm exposing the full A to Z guide on how I make over $30,000 a month posting TikTok shop videos at 18 years old. No, I'm not selling a course or anything like that. This is either going to be a 3-video series or you could just go on my YouTube and watch all of them together. But I'm going to be giving you everything I wish I knew before starting TikTok shop. And for this first part, we're not going to be focusing on editing or anything like TikTok shop related. We're going to be focusing on getting our mindset ready for this. Because as someone that's taught a club at school on how to get started with TikTok shop, the biggest reason that people fail is because their mindset is not where it needs to be. If your mindset isn't in the right place, then the strategies in these next 2 videos won't even matter. Before you even make your first TikTok shop video or even think about joining the program, you need to make this one decision. You need to decide if you're willing to commit to posting shop videos every single day, staying consistent and learning how to adapt, because it will eventually change. Because I'm going to be honest with you, as easy as I make it to seem, it was really hard in the beginning. And not gonna lie, the beginning is just the hardest part. Once you get over that fear of posting online and getting your first proven sales, it's insanely easy after that. But in the beginning, you're going to post videos that get 0 views. You're going to try very hard on a video and it's going to fail. And the biggest thing that I struggled with was comparing myself to other people and seeing that they're making thousands of dollars while I was making nothing. And that's normal. It honestly took me 3 months to get my first sale. And it took me a year to make my first $1,000. But honestly, it shouldn't take you that long. One of the biggest mistakes that I made was just constantly checking my commissions and refreshing it and seeing nothing and keep on refreshing it. First thing I did when I woke up was refresh the commissions just to see nothing. And instead of trying to get better, I was just so focused on the rewards and seeing how much money I was making. And one of the biggest things that helped me change was when I stopped checking out how much money a video made me, but like what did I learn from each video? Because every single video you post will teach you something. You'll figure out if the hook was really good, or if your call to action was really good, or if it even was a good product to promote in the first place. You start to realize that every single video is just practice. It's not a test. It's not a pass or fail. You're going to learn something from every video. And once I started thinking like that, I stopped getting discouraged every single time a video didn't perform. And another really big thing I want to talk about is protecting your mindset. There are going to be so many days where you feel like quitting, and there are going to be days where nothing works. And when you find yourself in a negative mindset like this, you need to do whatever it takes to get out of this. Whether you need to go on a walk or ride a bike or go to the gym, spend some time with your family, go get food with your friends, even just listening to music. Just do whatever you can to get yourself out of that negative mindset. Because when you're frustrated, you're usually not making the correct decisions and you think emotionally, and that's why most people just quit. For me personally, my faith has been a huge part of this journey, and learning how to effectively pray was one of the biggest things that helped me out. It reminds me to just put in the work every single day and to just trust God with the results. That doesn't mean you just pray and magically hope that the money will show up. It means that you stay patient, keep working and improving, and trust that your effort isn't wasted. And that's what helped me through the hardest moments. I also want to say this because I think a lot of people need to hear this. Do not expect your first 10 videos to change your life. Honestly, don't even expect your first 100 videos to change your life. Your first 100 videos are there to teach you. They're teaching you how to talk on camera, how to edit, how to film, how to tell a story, how to get people's attention. You're building skills that will pay you later on. So don't judge yourself too early. If there's one thing that you take away from this video, don't let your emotions depend on one video. Some videos are going to do amazing, some are going to flop. That's just a part of the game. The people who succeed aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who keep posting long enough to get good. So here's my challenge for you. Before you move on to part 2 of the series, just keep these in mind. Number 1, you won't quit because of low views. Number 2, you won't judge your progress after a week. And number 3, you'll focus on getting better every single video instead of just chasing one viral video. If you can commit to those 3 things, you're already better than 90% of people. Hopefully you got your mindset in the right place, because we are going to be getting you into the TikTok shop affiliate program. This part's honestly pretty simple. The goal is to just create a good account and qualify for the program. Right now, TikTok has different levels of access to the program. Currently, I believe you need 5,000 followers to get full access to the program. But if you have 1,000 followers, you can post videos, but it's limited to 3 a week and you can't get free stuff. But they're constantly changing, and I don't know if this is still the case, but if you get 5,000 followers, you should be good. Now let's talk about how we are getting the followers. The first thing I recommend is using an older TikTok account if you already have that. An account that's been around for a while usually has more trust than making a brand new account with TikTok. If you don't have one, that's completely fine. Just make a new account and treat it like a normal person would. Watch videos, like videos, leave comments, comments, fill out your profile, post random videos consistently. Just basically use the app like a normal person would. You don't want your account to look like it was just created to chase followers. But now let's talk about actually getting those followers. The method that worked for me was the follow for follow method. I would just go into those videos where they do hashtag teamwork, hashtag mutuals, all those stuff, and just follow a bunch of people. But one thing I do say is there is a bit of a technique to it. Don't sit there and try following hundreds of people at once. From my experience, if you're too aggressive, TikTok will temporarily ban you from following people. So instead, just spread it throughout the day. When you wake up, follow 10 people. An hour later, follow another 10 people. When you're eating lunch, follow 10 people. But ultimately, the goal is around 250 people followed in a day. But that number is different for every person, and TikTok doesn't really tell you what it is. So just play around with it and see where your sweet spot is. There's no reason to rush and end up putting you in that TikTok follow jail. Now, this next part was actually my favorite part in this whole journey. While you're trying to grow your page to 5,000 followers, don't stress too much about making TikTok shop videos. Just make content that you actually enjoy making. For me, it was Brawl Stars videos. I genuinely liked the game, so I posted so much videos about it. Some of those videos got millions of views, but honestly, that wasn't even the point. The point I'm trying to make is that I learned how to use the simple features of TikTok. You learn how to stop people from scrolling, you learn basic editing skills, and you learn how to engagement bait. And without even realizing it, you're building skills that you'll use later on TikTok Shop. So obviously, you don't have to feel like every video has to be perfect. Just keep posting and keep learning. Eventually, after like 2 to 3 weeks, you will hit 5,000 followers. Now, if you reach the 5,000 followers and TikTok doesn't let you join the program, don't panic. This actually happened to me on my second account, and sometimes it just takes a while for TikTok to actually put you into the program. So keep posting, stay active, keep commenting, keep liking, just keep using the account normally, and in most cases, time will just fix it. And the biggest mistake that people make during this stage is overthinking it. The more time you spend creating, the faster you're going to improve. So here's what I'm gonna need you to do today. Build a real account, stay active, post consistently, have fun with it, and do not rush the process. Because once you're into the TikTok Shop program, then this is where your content is actually going to start making money. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in the last part. I'm gonna be breaking down the biggest skills that have made the biggest difference for me: picking the right products, filming better videos, and editing in a way that keeps people watching your video. And now we're going to be going over the hardest part, which is how to actually get sales. So at this point, I'm assuming you guys are in the TikTok Shop affiliate program. The first thing that you need to understand is your goal is not to just get one viral video. I know that's what everyone wants, but that's not the goal. Let's say you do get a viral video that makes you $10,000, which is awesome, but eventually that video is going to slow down. Maybe it gets a violation. Maybe the product goes out of stock. Maybe it hits the wrong audience and people just stop buying from it. Then now you're back to where you started. Instead, what you want to build is what I like to call the snowball effect. Imagine you have 20 different videos making you a little bit of money every single day, and each video is making like 20 to 50 or even $100 every day. Then each video is playing their part in growing your account. Now, instead of relying on one single hit to make your money, you have a bunch of different videos that work for you and make passive income. So that's what everyone's trying to do. But how do we actually build that? For me, there are 3 things that matter more than anything else: product selection, getting really good at filming, and getting really good at editing. Let's start with product selection because this is honestly the most important part. You could have a 10 out of 10 video, but if you have a 4 out of 10 product, people are not going to buy it. On the other hand, if you have a 10 out of 10 product and a 4 out of 10 video, that video actually will convert really well. This is why I stress so much on researching products instead of filming. I'll look at websites like the Daily Virals, Callow Data. I'll scroll through TikTok Shop. I'll see what the top creators are selling. And I'm not trying to copy them. I'm trying to understand what people are already buying. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If something's already working, just learn from it. So just experiment with a bunch of different categories, and once you find your niche product, then just spam that. Also, you need to understand that there's 3 levels of videos on TikTok Shop. There's top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. Top of the funnel is videos about a product that people do not know about. And in these videos, you have to explain everything about the product, and you're basically using the thought process that they know nothing about this product. You have to explain the features, what it does, everything. These are usually going to be your viral videos, and they might convert the best because it's the first time mentioning a product. And then there's middle of the funnel. This is basically when people may have seen the product before, but they're not fully convinced. So you need to bring up like a new feature or a different angle about the product and fully convince them that this is the best product and they need it. Once again, we're selling an emotion, not the product. You can mention like it being on sale a little bit because we're still going over the idea that they might have seen this before. Now, bottom of the funnel. This is what I personally do. Your thought process when making these videos is that people know exactly what the product is. They've seen it before. They know exactly what it does. They know everything about the product. You might mention like a couple features that they forgot about, but they just need one last reason to buy. And most of the time it's because the product was too expensive and they're waiting for it to be on sale. So bottom of the funnel is you're mentioning it being on sale or getting it in a bundle, or if the product is cheaper now. This is really beginner friendly because you're basically using already proven products and just telling them that's on sale, and people are already interested in the product, so they're going to buy it. But my style may not work for you and your style may not work for me. So just experiment with these different style of videos and find the correct style for you. Some days mix in a top of the funnel or middle of the funnel or bottom of the funnel. There isn't a correct answer, so just try out and see what works for you. Now next is filming. This doesn't mean you need a crazy expensive camera. I film all my videos on my iPhone. What matters is that your videos are easy to watch. So just have really good lighting, make sure people can hear you clearly. If you can, invest in a really good microphone because a lot of people will scroll if the audio isn't great. And probably the biggest thing, you need to have energy in your videos. If you sound so bored talking about the product, why would anyone be excited to buy from you? The reason TikTok Shop and social commerce did really good in the first place is because people buy from people that they trust. The more natural and confident you sound in your videos, the better they will perform. You need to understand that we're not selling a product, we're selling the emotion of having the product. An example would be if you're selling skincare, then you got to show how it makes you more confident and you're excited to talk to people. It resonates well with your audience way better than just explaining the benefits of the product. You got to like show how it made you feel. Now let's talk about editing. Honestly, your editing doesn't have to be too crazy. You're not going to need movie level editing and transitions. You just need to keep people's attention. A very easy fix is just cutting out the dead space and the boring parts. Keep the pace moving and add captions. You could even use little zoom ins and zoom outs on different points, whether you want to emphasize or exaggerate a claim. You can also throw in some little sound effects whenever you're talking about different points to add more emphasis on them. And at first I didn't really like editing, but one of my friends showed me how to edit on a MacBook. And once you learn how to edit on a MacBook, it's way easier. It's more advanced. You could blend audio, but you don't really need a MacBook. You could just edit on your phone through CapCut. And if you don't like editing, I've heard of AI apps that edit for you. There's apps like Cut AI, which helps speed up the process. But just remember, good editing can't save a bad video. It just makes a good video even better. Now I want to talk about something that helped me improve faster than anything else. Studying other creators. And I don't mean watch them for entertainment. I mean actually study their videos. When you're scrolling on your phone and you see a shop video, just ask yourself, why is this video on my For You page? You need to look at the hooks they're using. Why did they bring the product in at a certain time? Why is their tonality like that? Why do they zoom in? Why do they switch camera angles? And why do they put the call to action at the beginning of the video or at the end of the video? You need to be questioning everything about the video. Every single successful video has reasonings behind it. And once you start to notice these little things, you're not going to be able to watch TikTok anymore like a normal person. You're going to notice why everyone does these little changes. But one mistake that I always see beginner creators make is when they just copy the videos word for word. Do not do that. TikTok has already seen that video. Instead, you need to learn from everybody. Maybe one creator has an amazing hook and someone else has amazing storytelling. Another person has a really good call to action and someone could just have really good editing. Take little pieces from different people and make them your own. That's how you develop your own style. Now let's get into consistency, because this is where a lot of people mess up. At this point, your job is to make as much quality content as you realistically can. Personally, I think 3 videos a day is the minimum, but if you can do a little more without lowering the quality, that's even better. The reason is because there isn't really a magic number, but it's because every video is going to be teaching you something. The more you post, the more you're going to improve. And every single video you post is a chance to build that snowball effect. And some of my best performing videos, I didn't even feel like filming that day, but I just needed to get those videos out. If I had skipped those days, I would have completely missed the opportunity to post. So do not wait until you feel motivated. Build a routine and stick with it. Finally, I want to leave you with one thing. In the beginning, don't ask yourself, why am I not making money? Instead, ask, what would make someone stop scrolling and watch my video? Because it is really hard to get someone off of their doom scrolling session to watch a shop video. Because if you could find the answer to that question, you're going to see a lot of sales. That's it for this little series. I really hope these 3 parts helped you out, because this is honestly everything I wish I knew when starting out. But now it's your turn. Stop overthinking, start posting, learn from every video, and build your own snowball. Trust me, it's not as hard as you think it is. Just trust in God and you guys will make $30,000 a month. But if you do want to see more content like this, I will try to inform you guys on how you could also make more money. So if you want to follow to stay updated, you can. Either way, I'll still be making these videos. But that's it for this video.